Hey guys, it's time for Math with Miss Kastner. We're going to do a little bit more with Clarabelle the clock today, and then we're going to put Clarabelle away for a little while um, to give her brains a little break from the clock and do some other fun activities. But there's a couple of things I want to show you today. So the first thing I need you to do is I need you to grab this really tiny thin math book that you used for yesterday. Um, this is what we're going to work in today. It says Module 8 on the bottom. It was that really tiny one that came in your book box. Okay, so grab that, and then I want you to open up to page 93. So go ahead and grab a pencil and grab your book. Turn to page 93. If you need to pause the video, go ahead so that you can grab your materials. I'm going to keep on going. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. What I wanted to do is I just wanted to go over AM and PM with you again. Remember, we talked about AM and PM recently. AM means that it happened when? In the morning or in the afternoon? Yeah, AM means that it happened in the morning. So sometime after 12 o'clock at night, all the way until 12 o'clock at noon, like when we get back from recess, that's noon. That's when we would start saying PM. That's the afternoon after that. So if it happened in the morning, we say AM. If it happened in the afternoon, we say PM. So on page 93, what it wants you to do is it wants you to look at this picture, and they want you to say, look at this picture. What is this person doing? It looks like the sun's out. I see some slippers. Looks like she might be in pajamas, and it looks like this girl is stretching. So my inference would be that she just got out of bed. Oh, so I'm thinking it's AM, but let's look at what the clock says. Well, clock, Homer is in between the 6 and the 7. We know he has a hook arm, and he hooks back to the 6. Oops, that's really light. He hooks back to the 6, and Minnie is pointing to the 6. Oh, like we learned yesterday, that's halfway around the clock. So we could say 6:30, or we could say that it is Homer's number first, 6, ... And then we could use Minnie's number. If we can't remember what Minnie's number is at the 6, we look at our little clock. 6:30. Now, again, we thought this looked like it could be her waking up. Is 6:30 a time you could wake up in the morning? It sure is. So I would write 6:30, and then I would circle AM to show that it happened in the morning. We'll just do a couple more of these together, okay? Oh dear, I'm having a hard time focusing. Here, it looks like the girl is continuing her day. It looks like she has some bananas out. She might be eating some cereal and having a drink, but let's just check the clock too. I could infer that this is probably AM or PM. I infer it's probably AM. I'm going to wait to circle it though. I'm thinking it's AM. Look at the clock. It's still, Homer is still here. Ooh, he's not to the 7 yet, so can we say 7? Nope, he's using his hook arm to hook back to the 6, so we know it's 6, ... Use that colon. Ooh, Minnie's pointing to the 10. What does Minnie say if she points to the 10? Yep, it's that number right there, so it would be 6:50. And I think it's probably still in the morning. I think this girl is going about her day. So this is AM. Here, I want you just to pause the video in a moment when I tell you to. Pause the video and finish these if you haven't already. So here the girl is getting on the bus. I think she's going to school. Look at the clock. Did that happen AM or PM? Here she's at school. Ooh, look at what time it could be. Oh, this one's kind of tricky, my friends. Remember, Homer's pointing to the 8. He's already there because, ooh, Minnie's a little bit after that 12. So he is at the 8 already here. Is that AM or PM? Looks like she's just getting to school. Here, she's eating lunch at school. Oh, let's check the time on this one, though. Homer's still in between the 11 and 12. So remember, he hooks back to that 11. So if it's before the 12, we know it's going to be a.m. that she's eating lunch at. So she's having lunch in the morning. Here she's coming home from school. This is on page 98. She's coming home from school. So do you come home from school in the morning or in the afternoon? Yeah, you come home in the afternoon, so we know this one's going to be p.m. Let's just look at and see what time she gets home from school. She gets home at, Homer's right in between the 3 and the 4. I'm going to remember to hook back to that 3, put my dot, because I always say Homer first, and then Minnie's pointing to that 4. I know that Minnie doesn't get to say the 4. She has to say 20 because she likes to count by 5s. Okay, here are some more times. Now think, she just got home from school. She's eating dinner. Oh, would that be a.m. or p.m.? And then she's going to bed. Is that a.m. or p.m.? So I want you to pause the video right now. Finish all of these that we didn't from page 93 to 100 and tell me if it happened in the morning or night, okay? So go ahead, pause the video, finish that, and then hop back on, and we're going to do one more activity. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you should have finished those pages telling Miss Kastner if it was a.m. or p.m. Today what we're going to do is we're going, I'll make this so you can see me, we're going to do a little activity to see how much time went by. Now, we're going to think about if I started something at this time and I ended it at this time, how much time did I use? Okay, so this is going to be really fun. I really like seeing how much time passes. The fancy math word for this would be called elapsed time. So today we're doing something called elapsed time, which is kind of a big word, but you guys are going to do awesome with it. So grab your little Clarabelle. I'm going to plug back in, and we're going to get started. Okay, here's my mini Clarabelle. I'm going to pretend that I'm Mr. Alex. Now, Alex, and this could actually be Alex, it could be Wyatt, it could be Cruz. I know you guys like to play your video games, and there's others of you too who I know you like to play your video games. So we're going to say we started playing video games. Oh dear, I forget this clock. At 3. See, Homer is pointing after the 3. He hooks back. So we're going to say we started playing video games at 3. Ooh, what time does this clock show? Yep, 3:20. Now, would I play video games at 3:20 a.m.? No, that would be really, really, really early in the morning. So we're going to say we started at 3:20 p.m. and we had an end of 3:50 p.m. We have to figure out how much time had passed. Okay, so if I look at my clock right here, I see that right now it's showing 3:20. Where is 3:50 at? Would Homer be moving? No, Homer wouldn't be moving. But so I could see that Minnie would have to get all the way over here to 50 in order for me to be done playing video games. Oh my goodness, you guys. I know how I can figure this out. Minnie loves counting by 5. So I could just say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all the way. I could just count by 5s until I get to my stopping part of 3:50. So let's try that again. I can't remember how many minutes I said it was. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, man, how many minutes passed between 3:20 and 3:50? Yeah, 30 passed. So we would say 30 minutes. And you can write 30 M-I-N. Because that's how many minutes passed between 3:20 and 3:50. Hey, do you guys notice something about this? Look at this. If I have my 20 minutes right here, and I add on my 30 minutes, what do I get? 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. Oh, that's still my homer, my hour. I get the time 3:50. Oh, that's really awesome. That's a great strategy that we can use sometimes to help us figure out how much time has passed from the start to the end or the start to the finish. Okay, so I'm going to think about something else that I like to do. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes some of us wake up at 6:30 a.m. That girl in our book, she woke up at 6:30. But I have to leave for school. Maybe I don't have to leave. I have to be ready at 7 o'clock a.m. Let's just say I wake up at 6:30 a.m. Breakfast is at 7 a.m. How much time do I have to get ready? How much time passes from when I start, when I wake up, to when I have to be down for breakfast? So the first thing I'm going to do for this one is I think I'm going to get my clock to say 6:30 because I like to use my clock to help me. So Clarabelle says 6. You see how Homer's right after the 6? Minnie's pointing to 30. We can see it right down there. I need to get all the way to the next hour at 7. Oh, you guys, you know what I just noticed? We went halfway around the clock to get to 6:30. If I go halfway around the clock again, I'll be at 7 o'clock. Oh, so how many minutes is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How many minutes was that? Yeah, 30 minutes passed again. Oh, hey, you remember that trick we tried last time? Let's try it again over here. If I have 6:30 and I add on 30 more minutes, because remember that second part shows us our minutes. I have 0 plus 0, and that's going to be 0. 3 plus 3 is what? Wait, 6. I want to get to 7 o'clock. Hold on. Let me just finish this. I put my dot dot and my 6 o'clock for the hour again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's totally not right. 6:60. I want to be at 7 a.m. Oh, wait. What's that I hear? Yeah. When Minnie gets to 60, it's also like saying, oh o'clock, because she gets to the next hour. So 60 is our stopping part on a clock because we made it to the next hour. So it really would be the same as 7 o'clock. Oh, easy peasy. What if I started playing outside at 4 o'clock p.m. Oops. But my mom called me in for dinner at 6 o'clock p.m. How long was I playing outside? Hey, so, oh my goodness, you guys, this one's so fun. Let me just try and get my clock back here to 4 o'clock. This one's a little trickier because I have to go all the way around the clock to get the hour to move. So my clock right now, Homer's pointing to the 4, Minnie's pointing to the 12. That means it's 4 o'clock. I want to get to 6 o'clock. Minnie has to travel all the way around the clock one time to get to 5 o'clock. So how many minutes pass if we travel all the way around the clock? Do you remember? Yeah, that's 60 minutes. I'm going to write that down because 60 minutes passed, but I'm still not to 6 o'clock. I'm only at 5 o'clock. So 60 minutes passed. 60 minutes, remember, that's the same as what? 1 hour. Yeah, 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. Now, if I go around the clock again, does that get me to 6 o'clock? It does. So how many more minutes did I have to go? Yeah, I had to go 60 more minutes, which is the same as how long? Yep, we know 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. So I didn't have to just travel around the clock 1 hour. I had to travel around the clock 1 hour plus 1 hour. And that makes 2 hours. So how long did I play outside? Yeah, I played outside for 2 whole hours that day because I went from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Let's try our trick, okay? Let's make sure we're right. I think I played outside for 2 hours. So do I put the 2 over in the minute spot? No, 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 no. I have to give the 2 hours to Homer. Did I say I went any minutes? No. So let's just try this. Let's go 4 o'clock plus 2. It's 2 hours. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. Put my dots in there. 4 plus 2. Yeah, that makes 6 o'clock. Now, my friends, this trick works a lot of the times if they both say PM or if they both say AM. It gets a little trickier if one says AM and one says PM. Okay. Let's try another one. You guys are getting really good at this. I can tell, even though I'm not right there with you. I'm guessing that you're really good at this. So let's start and say that we left school at 3:30 p.m. We left school at 3:30 p.m. We had to go and run some errands, and we stopped and got a snack, and we didn't get home until 5 o'clock p.m. How much time passed between when I left school and when I got home? So let's see. I first have to get my clock to 3:30 because I want to use my clock to help me out again. So Clarabelle says 3:30. You can see Homer's hooking back to the 3. Minnie's pointing to the 30. Okay, but wait a second. I noticed this has 30 minutes. And that has an o'clock. Maybe I just need to see how many minutes it takes me to get back to o'clock first. Should we do that? Let's try that. Okay, so I go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, it took me 30 minutes just to get to 4 o'clock. So 30 minutes brought me to 4 o'clock. Am I to 5 o'clock yet? No, I'm only at 4 o'clock. Oh, but wait, I know right after 4 o'clock comes 5 o'clock. And I know Minnie would have to travel around that whole clock again for Homer to get from 4 to 5. Oh, wait, and how many minutes is in one whole hour? Oh, yeah, 60 minutes. So 60 minutes or one whole hour. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's make sure that this is right. Let's have her travel all the way around for 1 hour. That's 60 minutes. Did we get to 5 o'clock? Yeah. So I'm going to say that it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes to get from school to home. So let's say 1 hour, 30 minutes. It took me 1 hour, 30 minutes to get from school back home again. Let's do our trick and see if our answer is right. I'm going to add on 1 hour and 30 minutes to see if I get to 5 o'clock. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 3 is 6. Oh dear. Put my colon. 3 plus 1 is 4. Oh my goodness, 460. That's not even a time. Wait, what is it? Oh yeah, that's the same as 1 hour. So I just have to change this to a 5. And since I gave it an hour because that's 60 minutes equals 1 hour, I'd put 0, 0 right there. So that actually does bring me to 5 o'clock. So it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes that I spent running errands before I got home from school. You guys, you are coming along so well. I think I need to give you a challenge problem and see how you're doing. Now, I have a little story with this one. So, I know some of you like to go to sleepovers and you like to stay up late and you like to watch movies for a long time. Well, let's just say you went to a sleepover and you started watching movies with your friends at 7 o'clock p.m. and you watched a movie, and you watched another movie, and you watched another movie, and you watched another movie, and your movies didn't get over until 1 o'clock a.m. Whoa, 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 you guys, what do you notice? You started watching movies at 7 o'clock at night, but if you didn't finish until 1 o'clock a.m., that means that you watched movies past midnight. The clock went past midnight and you went all the way into watching movies in the morning. So let's just see how long you guys watched movies for. Woo, you guys stayed up way past your bedtime, I think. So here, our clock is showing 7 o'clock p.m. Okay, I know I need to get to 1 o'clock a.m., so let's just try and move our clock. Here's 7 o'clock. The Minnie went around one whole time to move Homer. That means we traveled 1 hour from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's 1 hour. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. From 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, Minnie had to go around the clock one whole time. Homer said, home run. That was 1 more hour. But I'm not to 1 o'clock a.m. yet. Oh, to get to 10 o'clock, that's 1 more hour. Minnie had to go around the whole time. Minnie has to go around the whole time again to get to 11. That's 1 more hour. Oh, Minnie made it to midnight. That's another hour. Now, we're at a.m. We're not in p.m. anymore. It's 12 o'clock a.m., 12 o'clock in the morning. Let's go around the clock one more time. Ooh, did we make it to 1 o'clock a.m.? Yeah, that was 1 more hour, though. So I can see that I watched movies for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Oh my goodness, I watched movies for 6 hours. That's how much time passed between when I started watching movies and when I ended watching movies. Now remember how I said that trick of adding on our time doesn't work when we have AM and PM? It's a little bit different. So I'm going to just show you why it doesn't work. Here's if I add on my 6 hours, I'm going to get 0, 0, put in my colon, but 7 plus 6 is 13. We don't have a 13 on our clock, so that's why this doesn't really work very well. So we can't do it if one says PM and one says AM. But I could use my fingers to help me out to make sure I got it right. I could say 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, that's 1 hour. 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, 2 hours. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 3 hours. 10 o'clock to 11, 4 hours. 11 to 12, 5 hours. 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 6 hours. So I do know that that's the right answer. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to try and see if you can figure out how much time has passed on page 103. And then on page 104, it's going to give you some stories. I want you to see if you can figure out how much time has passed on page 103 and 104. Use your Clarabelle to help you. And remember, if they're both happening in AM or if they're both happening in PM, you can use that trick that I showed you too to help you out. If you are having a hard time with finding how much time has passed or with the clock, make sure to tell Miss Kastner when we're doing our one-on-one talks and I'll help you out. Okay? Have a great afternoon, guys. Or morning. Have a great day, I should just say.